Howdy. It's time for another weekly wealth insight, and I've got something that's really, really exciting for you today, and it's a really something that you should seriously think about as we're at this interesting time as a lot of people around the world are moving into the holiday mode. So Warren Buffett, who's probably one of the most recognized, investors in the world, certainly, one of the wealthiest men in the world and help more people, make money, blah, blah, blah. So if you go and do a search for him, he says the best investment you can make is an investment in yourself. The more you learn, the more you will earn. The best investment you can make is an investment in yourself. The more you learn, the more you earn. So what I find really interesting, so let's take that, okay? I mean, he started investing from the age of 13. And what's fascinating for me is I learned some stats when I went to Tony Robbins' Business Mastery event in 2010. 96% of people never read a nonfiction book again after school. 96% of people don't do any personal development or any further learning after school. Now, when you think about it, that's fascinating. You think, oh, that's rubbish. Well, why are doctors forced? Pretty much every profession, doctors, lawyers, estate agents, financial brokers, you name them. Every single one of them has to do ongoing qualification and certification so that they keep up to date. They're forced to do it. And the reason being is that people don't naturally do it. Now, something I find fascinating, if we take that stat of 96% of people don't, learn. Now, Warren Buffett's just told you the best investment you can make is yourself, and 96% of people don't do it. There's another stat that's absolutely fascinating. And that's ironically, I think it's 96%, but let's say it's certainly over 90% of people that actually buy a book or buy a course don't actually complete it. So now think about that. How many times have you been into a bookstore, bought a book? I've got hundreds of books probably. That I've bought and I've looked at the cover, thought, oh, that's an amazing book, and I don't even buy it. Or you kind of start a book and don't finish it, or you start a course and don't finish it. So if you consider, and funny enough, it's 96% again of people that buy a book or buy a course and don't finish it. So you're starting with 96% of people that don't do that at all. And then of that last 4%, 96% of them don't complete it. So in simple maths, you get back to 1%. Okay. Now, if you look at statistically in England, Australia, and America, at the age of 65, 94% of people will be broke, dead, or reliant on the government. 5% of people will be financially independent, which basically means they're 25% poorer than their last paycheck. They're basically financially trapped. So that's 99% of people, which means 1% of people at 65 are wealthy. Now, hopefully, can you go full circle to what I just said? Warren Buffett, one of the wealthiest men in the world, says the number one investment you can make in yourself the number one investment you can make is in yourself. And yet 99% of people don't invest in themselves. And at 65%, at 65, only 1% of people are wealthy. Can you see the pattern? Warren Buffett says the most and best investment you can make in yourself. 99% of people don't invest in themselves. And at 65, only 1% of people are wealthy. So one of the greatest lessons that I learned many years ago, and I always love to share with people, if you want to be successful, copy successful people. If you want to be wealthy, copy wealthy people. If you want to be a good investor, copy other good investors, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I think the stats speak for themselves. Now, what can you do about it? Well, we're going into this festive period. You're going to have time off. You're going to have a break. Everyone needs a holiday. I completely get that. But imagine if you committed, an hour or two a day to really do some home study and to up your skills. Imagine how you would hit the ground running in 2024. Imagine if freedom was something that was really important to you, and getting something like globally diversified passive income could be the key to unlock that freedom. What would you do? Well, there's home study courses. We literally have built them. We have the Wealth Hacker program, which I'm wearing. It's a community of all of us that are trying to get there quicker, simpler, and safer. We've got the Wealth Action Bundle, where literally for $27, you can click on the link below. For $27, you can literally get started. You can start investing in America and in Germany and in Europe and, et cetera, in good quality assets that are earning good quality returns with a whole team of people to support you. And why $27? Because it's literally a no-brainer. but it allows you to get started. And if you take that action bundle, I'll also share with you a way that you can get a 50% discount in terms of an upsell. Now, what's important, okay, is that I wrote this book here, Property Going Global, 10 years ago. It came out. It was endorsed by Clem Sunter. Clem Sunter is one of the top 5 strategists in the world. And on the back of that, 10 years later, my partner Shane said, hey, look, we need to upgrade this. And I did. I mean, that was mainly residential property. And, at the time, over 80% of people that invested overseas lost money. And I was so irritated by it that I wrote this book in collaboration with Clem Sunter and James Painter. And because I wanted to change those stats. 10 years later, we built Wealth Going Global. And Wealth Going Global is a digital course. It's a home study course. But what it ultimately allows you to do is it's the digital upgrade. It includes commercial property, commercial real estate. It includes other alternative assets. And if I just share my screen with you very quickly here, this is all here in terms of, so what are you going to get? Well, you're going to learn about the top 5 countries to invest in. You're going to learn about the top 5 currencies to invest in. You're going to learn about the top 15 assets to invest in. You're going to learn about how to find the right partners and avoid 80% of the mistakes that everyone else makes. You're going to learn how to build a portfolio over time. It's called portfolio construction, which actually equals 85% of your total return. And we call it simply a wealth plan. Why do you want to do this? How are you going to do it? And what do you do? Imagine the power in having your own plan. And there's a whole bunch of bonuses. You can go read all about it in terms of, all the different areas, the modules, etc. But if I just give you a sneak preview, I mean, there's the home study course. And again, you can go look at all the testimonials. We've had an auditor general, we've had CAs, we've had highly sophisticated investors, we've had, business people, we've had doctors, we've had farmers, we've had a plumber, we've had a teacher, so all their varieties of life. And we've had phenomenal feedback from all of them in terms of this process. So you can go read all about it. But one of the things that I wanted to share with you was that, this is the course, and I just wanted to give you a tiny little view into this. So, you go in and this is the, how to choose the right countries. There's a module, you go and do, the materials are all there, so everything's in the right place. Once you've done countries, you go to currencies, then you got assets, you got partners, and then finally you got time. And you build out your wealth plan. There's 6 modules, so it can take you 6 days, or, and it's only probably 2 hours a day, or it can take you 6 weeks. But imagine if you started, next year, or you hit the ground running next year with a plan where you literally have your entire wealth plan. Why is it important to you? How are you going to do it? And what do you need to do? Your personalized wealth plan, not something else that a financial planner is kind of, just putting you in a box. What about if you had your investor strategy sheet? Imagine how much peace of mind you would have going into next year if you had actually invested this time in yourself. And you knew what countries to invest in, what currencies, what assets, etc. So that is Wealth Going Global. And my invitation to you, my gift to you over this festive season is, whether it's the action bundle and you want to get started yourself, and or you want to gift it to someone, gift it to a child, to a friend, to your work colleagues. A lot of people give out Christmas bonuses. Why not give out gifts that are going to keep on giving? Or you want to go deeper and actually do the 6-module Wealth Going Global. There's links below. We're giving you a gift for the festive season because I'm truly passionate about helping people create the lives they want and to live a life unlimited. And for me, that starts with knowledge. I started with Warren Buffett. The greatest investment you can make is in yourself. 99% of people don't do it. 99% of people retire either broke, dead, reliant on the government, or financially trapped, and only 1% retire wealthy. Why not copy the wealthy people and use this time that you have now to have a rest, to enjoy time with family, to have fun, but also to invest in yourself so that you can hit the ground running and get the results that you want next year. Have an awesome festive season. Cheers.